of the right to bear arms. It's a Russian non-profit organization that protects civil rights to keep and bear
Believe
arms.
it. Oh no. Нет, нет. Нет, нет. Нет, нет.
Freedom is very important, and the basic of any freedom is, of course,
Нет, нет.
gun rights, economy, and I would like to know more and bring this knowledge to Russia. What will be your foreign politics, especially in the relationships
So
with
guys,
my
today,
country, and do
oh,
you want to
Butina.
continue the politics of
Oh,
I believe I would
she
get
was
along very
arrested
nicely.
yesterday.
Okay?
Нет.
And I mean, when we have
Нет,
this
нет,
fight,
нет.
I don't think you'd need the sanctions. I think that we would get along very, very well.
Get along. Hi guys, so I'm devastated. Devastated. Maria Butina was arrested. Anyway, I've cried a lot already in the other intro video. So guys, it's interesting. I had another introduction where I talked a lot about her boss, Alexander Durgin. So Durgin, in many ways, is actually a more important character than she is, okay? And he is very important because he is a top central banker in Russia. So in other words, he knows where the money is, and his job is to basically transfer money, okay? And I just wanted to say something important about him. About, for example, Kushner. There was news a while back that he was in trouble for not reporting in one of the forums. And he had a meeting with him. Huh. With him, the guy, you know. What? Jared, no. Jared would never. Stop. So it's big, guys, very big. So anyway, so the reason I think this is important is because she played a PR role. She was the equivalent of that. What's that woman? Dana Loesch. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to say a few things about her that I think are important. One, there's an organization in Russia which is apparently the Russian NRA. Guys, I know people seem to be confused about this, or it doesn't make sense to some people, I guess, but there's no such thing as NRA in Russia, okay? Because why? Because gun laws are very strict in Russia, okay? It's not like here where you can have random guns and shoot and be like, oh, so what? So what? No. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that if you have guns, you're going to go out and shoot people, but there's a reason why they don't allow for guns, okay? Random people can just have guns for no reason, okay? Whatever. So that's one thing. So what I'm meant to say by that is that they set this Russian NRA as a propaganda campaign, okay, to pretend to the far right people, the far right everyday man, that Russia had and the US had something in common. It's a facade because everything in Russia has to do, it's an autocratic government, right? So that means they have control over everything. And if the laws say you can't have guns, they're not going to make an exception. What it means is that they put up a facade organization just to make it appear as though they had something in common. Because this guy, Alexander Durgin, he funneled millions of dollars into the NRA. And as you know, the NRA put in something like $60 million into Trump's campaign. And before, I forgot how much they put in other politicians. I don't remember how much they gave in the last presidential candidate, but it was just much less. I don't even know if it was like $1 million or so, a lot less. Okay, so I just wanted to say, to point that out. That when people say, oh, she's the NRA, no, that was like a cardboard cutout NRA version, okay? So that's one thing. Now, the other thing I also wanted to say was that a long time ago, and those of you who have been with me for a while now, you probably remember one of the kind of breakthrough readings I did when I was doing these live readings was how the role that the NRA played in the money laundering scheme. It was a huge thing. It was probably the most important organization for funneling Russian money into the U.S. Okay, so I remember this very clearly, and I remember seeing that guy Wayne LaPierre being arrested, the same thing. So, and have you noticed how Oliver North took over from him? Where is he now? We don't know. I feel like he if he's not already, I don't think he's in, we would know, right, if he's in custody, but soon he's gonna go to jail, that guy, I'm sure. Okay, so that's that. Now, another just interesting anecdote on Twitter a while back, that I think it was around the time of March for Our Lives with that woman, Dana Loesch. I replied to one of her tweets saying something like, well, it could have been easier if you had just gone to Mueller and explained that you have a facade organization whose only role is money laundering. Okay, and she blocked me, and I was like, oh, really? Oh, thanks for the confirmation. So you know what I mean? It's like, what? You know, if he was alive, would you care? You know what I mean? So I want to know. I have a list, by the way, guys, of those women. Dana Loesch, Ann Coulter, and what's the other one? Laura Ingraham. So that's for another time. I'm gonna take a break and come back just to get some drink. Come back here and can start the reading for good, because I feel like I needed a lot of information this time, a lot like a big intro, and then getting right to it, because I have several questions related to this moment. Okay, all right, here we are, guys. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna read the list of questions I have about her. Okay, so, oh, and have I said this already? No, she's not Putin's daughter. Get real. Putin would never put his daughter in the front lines. Okay, that would be just so dumb, because she would be captured. She would have been murdered very quickly. He has so many opponents, so many enemies. It's like she's in a way in a vulnerable position. Okay, so, okay, I have questions. So the questions I have related to her: why they arrested her now, how long they have been tracking her for, who among those who have talked to Mueller have ratted on her, who will fall because of her fall, what does it mean to us, to the normal, regular peoples, and how did Trump react to that? How did Putin react to this? So let's get started. Guys, I was like walking here because I was busy doing other things, and now it's like only when it was like around 6:30 I was able to get going here. And I was like imagining the raid. Oh my God, can you imagine? Knock, knock. Hello. Can you imagine, guys? It must have been amazing. Can you imagine? Amazing. I wish somebody had made the video. Oh yeah. Oh my God, so good. Anyway, so monoclo, and I got crystals because I feel a little bit like I'm kind of elated and kind of like electric a little bit. So, but I'm hoping, hope the crystals go away, negative energy. So, okay, so I have a good crystal for concentration. Okay, so let me close my eyes here. Guys, it's interesting. The first thing I see are the presidents. That president's kind of laughing, like JFK is hilariously laughing. And there's another one, I think is Roosevelt. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but they're like, they're laughing. So, oh yeah. So, they laugh at me. Like, you're funny. Anyway, so why do they arrest her now? Because I feel like, guys, obviously you can't just arrest somebody like, oh, what about that one? They must have been, I've said before many times in some of the previous readings, probably around or maybe several months ago, when people would ask me, what is Mueller waiting for? I remember this one very clearly. When I saw that he had these, it was like a battle, like these so many different plans, and that the plans were always shifting, okay, and that he was always, it was a bit like a battle, okay, like a war technique or something, where they were waiting to see the developments before they made moves. Okay, so it wasn't something. It wasn't like, oh, we scheduled this 3 months ago. It was just based on all kinds of shifting patterns. So what I wanted to say is that I feel like something must have happened. Oh, really? Something happened? Oh, the whole thing with the, I've said before, guys, there's this sense of acceleration, this meeting. So I feel like something must have happened that made him want to arrest her now. So this is what I would like to know. All right, so, okay. Oh, yeah. So guys, the first thing I saw was the scene. It wasn't really telling me why they arrested her then, but it told me how, it told me this story of like the situation she was in right now. So she was really happy about, she feels like I was promoted. They called me, they said, congratulations for pretending to be gun activist from Iraq. Oh yeah, I'm so proud for my country. Oh yeah. I pretend to like, I do not know A from B. Gun. Yeah, orange juice is the same thing for me. I have no idea. I play a character. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, play character. Pa 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 pa. So it's very good. I love it. You know, I have gun. I'm tough woman. Tough American woman like television. I watch Saskia Hutch. Mm-hmm. It's kind of okay. So anyway, I watch television to know how to do things. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So anyway, so it showed me that she was happy and she feels like she really got somewhere. She was promoted to sort of like higher echelons of the, I don't know, KGB, whatever. She was given some sort of medal. There was something like her mission was recognized. Okay, and she feels like she was so proud of what she accomplished. And she was feeling like she was in her, I saw her in her bed. It was a little bit like a dorm in a weird way. Like it was very simple building, or either a dorm or a hotel. I think it could have been a hotel because somebody, I'll show you the circumstances of the arrest. I think it was a hotel. Oh, that's right. It was a hotel. This is why I'll tell you guys. Okay, so so she was like happy, kind of excited, like maybe chatting with someone or having a video call. She feel like she wasn't talking about what she had accomplished. I feel like there was a party for her over there a while back, and she was given a higher ranking and stuff, but and she was talking about it in the message. But she just felt like her life had so much meaning, and she was one of those moments, so excited, so happy. And then I think like I said, I do think it was not her house. She wasn't some sort of work trip or some event. And then she ordered delivery, room service. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Was a hamburger or whatever it was that she ordered. So she's like, yeah, whatever, just, and then there was a last thing she said, because it was like dozens of agents went in her room, kind of like, I don't know, like it was so fast. Here come the men in black. They want you to remember. Here come the men in black. So anyway, so yeah, they arrest her, and the guys. I wanted to say this because she was in her laptop. She was sitting. It was like a bed, and she was kind of like, okay, like sitting like this on her laptop, like the bed is here, and she was sitting with a foot to the to the ground and then sitting on her computer bed like that. Not to her back to the bed, but like this. And as she was kind of excited. So I wanted to say the thing about the laptop, because I remember something. I don't know if they took her laptop then before, but I feel like she had her laptop with her when she was arrested. Okay. And the reason why I think they may not have arrested her inside her house, whatever she lives. I think she must have an apartment here. Is that obviously must be bugged or whatever they have. They have some sort of like alarm system. I don't know what it is. So it was like they put, they made sure she was in a kind of vulnerable position. And in a way, it was a public place, not public, but it wasn't like a place that she had control over. So that's that. Okay. And that's the circumstances of her arrest. And the other thing that I saw was that she had a good relationship with the White House. I'm seeing a guy, Dan Scavino. There was something, I felt like she was a messenger. She did not play the role. I think she wasn't somebody who, what's the word? She wasn't a strategist, okay? She was a person who gathered information. She was a person who passed on information, sort of the extroverted person who's social. That's her role. Okay, I don't know how you call it. So, but she wasn't the person who said, "Oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that." She was just doing her job. Okay, and she was the front. Like I said, she was the front. Okay, the person that attracted others to her. Okay, and it's interesting, guys. I even saw this. It's kind of funny. I saw that she received a message. She was very recognized for her work. And remember how there was this one called Anna Chapman? She was a Russian agent. She was kind of pretty, and she was one of the group of people who was arrested through Peter Strzok, right? That group that was doing influence campaigns in the U.S. So this woman, the Anna Chapman, emailed her, "Congratulations, you did such a great job. You were like keeping your legacy alive and so forth." So that was interesting. Okay, all right. So that's this part. Now, okay, I'm gonna stop here because I'm gonna do question by question. Actually, I don't need to stop. So just have a little drink, because I feel like this is one of those intense ones. So before, it didn't give me the answer as to what else is happening else. I guess it doesn't have anything to do with her. But let's focus on her, and towards the end, I will ask about the external issue. So how long have the FBI been tracking her for, and how? Okay, all right. So how long has the FBI been tracking this woman, Maria Butina, and how? So guys, it's interesting. Right away I got number 3, 2000 and 2000. I don't think it's 2013. I think it is. And so they showed me that she's being tracked live. People not follow. Like they know where she is. Then also the calls that she makes. Okay, and also whatever is in her computer. All this social media. And can you believe that, guys? Apparently, according to the article, they got information. She texted people. She did direct messaging on Twitter. Hello. With people from the Kremlin. I'm smart. I'm going to be smart. I said, I commit crimes. Yesterday I committed 3 crimes. Nobody catch me because I'm rough. No. Nobody catch me. You think it's no. No, I said, I'm not I have a gun. Nobody catch. No. No. Anyway, so they pretty much had her sort of under surveillance, because she came, and it showed me somehow the airplane. I feel like she came either in a flight. There was something about them being suspicious of her in general because of her close relationship, I guess, with that guy, Torshin, but there was I feel like something about her background. They knew already that there was a chance that she could be one of the spies, because of this Anna Chapman. I don't know exactly. So So, but it intensified after. I feel like I said before, guys, there's such a thing as a pattern of talk. Okay, so I've also given this example around 9/11. I remember they would say things like intelligence was gathering kind of like more energy or more conversations. So this sort of like when things picked up, then they started really following her. So that's that. Answer this question. Now the next question is, who among those who have talked to Mueller redded her? Like do these? Okay, so the people that have already talked to Mueller, okay, do they know? Did they know that she was obviously? Do they know that she had some sort of role? Like, were they aware of it? Okay, I mean, obviously they were willingly and unknowingly connecting with the Russian government, but did they talk to her about business, right? Because I got a sense from what I saw about her that she would transmit messages. She was a messenger of something. She was an information gatherer and a messenger. So if she was a messenger, who did she send messages to and how? Okay. I just got her going to parties, kind of cocktail parties or official parties, and writing something in the back of a business card, and I think related to hashtags also. And I sensed that she gave people this information to go into some sort of secret chat room where there would be the names of the hashtags that they were pushing, or there's something about that, just information, not particularly in depth, but kind of her role was to communicate with the hashtag people, the hashtag commandants in some way, what the trends were going to be and what the conversation was going to be, the tone, the PR conversation. So sometimes when Mr. Durgin wasn't around, she could come and speak on his behalf. She would do presentations. She would have a sort of quote-unquote marketing role, when in fact it was a communications role. Okay, and by the way, guys, you have to read the indictment. The indictment is incredible. I read it very quickly, and it talked about disinformation. She was very, and that's all those assholes. I'm talking to you bitches out there, trolls, coming to my place, posting bullshit. I got your ass. Okay. Anyway, so it's sort of like that bullshit, like how she knows exactly what this information is, the whole bullshitting, the whole talk of this and that, all control. She knew. Oh, that's right. Now it's coming to me, guys. Exactly, the disinformation. Exactly. Now I understand the whole thing with the messenger. That's it. She was connected to the whole messaging here too. That's it. Makes a lot of sense now. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going back here. I still want to know about Americans who have received the information from her directly, okay, or have worked with her on a campaign here. Guys, know it's interesting. Right away, obviously, I knew this before I do the reading, but I get them as the Dave Clarke, the sheriff. How he's very close to the NRA. I also got Roy Moore, and when I saw Roy Moore, I remember that how Bannon and all those guys, they were very pushing the his candidacy, and she's celebrating. It's like champagne. She's celebrating with the Dave, what's his name, Dave Clarke. They're so happy. They're like, yay! And they're making a sign like this, meaning tilting to the extreme, tilting to the edge. We want extremism. We want to go. You know what I mean. We want to be crazy. We want to be like tough. You know what I mean. But she was aware as an agent that the agenda, the goal was to create division. So they pushed for really radical ideas. And in a way, I feel like they actually knew that it would be hard for Roy Moore to win, but they liked the fact that he was obviously a divisive person. So it's almost as if for them, the goal was sometimes not necessarily just having a candidate win, but having the media cover them, having almost like these joke characters become real. And this is why, guys, I've said before, in a way, the media got played by them because they would report on bullshit. And it's showing they knew this was bullshit, but they kept pushing it. And in a way, even when they knew that he was a pedophile, they thought, oh, if people accept the unacceptable, it's easier. Okay, so they had to keep pushing. Okay. All right. So, who else? Oh, that's what, guys, coming back to me. Roy Moore speaks Russian. Did you know that? Roy Moore, there's a video of his, it was The Guardian. It was way before his election. Was it before the scandal had fallen, it had dropped? And he, at the end of the interview with The Guardian, he speaks Russian. Because he learned Russian at West Point or something. In the 60s or 70s or something. I forgot when. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? Anyway, so let me, oh yeah, so also, guys, Jack Prosobiec, he's one of those big alt-right people. A lot of the alt-right people, they look up to her. They say, oh, she's our commander. Interesting. Because those people, like I said, I've said this before, the so-called troll far-right media, whatever the Trump, whatever they say, they really are controlled by the Russian memes and all that. So they look up to her to understand how they should act. So it's all a bullshit thing. Of the, they're like, oh, I'm tough, I'm going to make fun of you. No, it's an act. Okay? All right, so that's that. Now, who else? Yeah, so it's showing, guys, the propaganda bloggers, and they get paid. They get paid. She's giving them cash envelopes, I think. In the letter. They have in the envelope, there's cash, and there's a letter from one of the, and there's notes, handwritten notes from somebody in the Kremlin. And actually she's laughing with her friends there in Russia because they're like, yeah, please actually believe that this letter comes from Putin or whoever. It's just a way to make this pathetic, this pathetic people feel like they're important. Oh no, they're dumb. You cannot believe the people I have to talk to. They're so dumb, unbelievable. They would never get to my grade in school. Because really, guys, American education relative to most countries, I guess, is quite undeveloped. And I would imagine that people who get to, as in most countries, diplomatic service in some way have to be better educated than most. And to some degree, she may be, okay? So she has to pretend to be dumb, which is kind of interesting. So anyway, and the thing about dumb people, they always overestimate, they very often, especially people like Trump, they have this sense of inferiority, so they often overestimate their abilities. Okay. All right. So who will fall because of her fall? It's the propaganda bloggers. It's the Dave Clarke, probably Roy Moore, and people who. But because guys, I feel like her fall. This is the thing. Her fall happened as a means to let the people know it's a message. Okay, and this is what I'm a little bit concerned about, in the sense that there must have been something very important, something big happened that made them want to arrest her, because the NRA is the core, I think, is the central hub of the money laundering situations, because it's just the amount of money is very large. So also, I remember in the indictment she mentioned the prayer breakfast, which is, oh, really? Are you Christian? Really? Oh, that's nice. So the whole connection with the far right people, okay? Okay, so, okay. All right, so I understood the part, guys, about those homophobic. Okay, guys, I'm getting this very strong sense about ask about the Christian right, ask about the evangelicals. Let me ask. So, what is the story here about the evangelicals? She was at the prayer breakfast. They trusted her. They were so embracing of her. They thought, they were saying, the vision, Rhea, the vision that we have of America is the vision that you have. I feel our countries have so much in common. This whole thing, the multiculturalism, the whole thing we know with people, women going outside the home. Okay, I understand you were working for Mother Russia, right? But I know, Maria, I feel it within my heart that, yes, you and I have something in common. Okay, like it's funny, guys. Interesting, guys. I feeling like those far right guys, they kind of like were hitting on her, and she had sex with them. She was like, "Oh yeah, hello, hello, I just it doesn't mean anything. I'm just making sounds. So so anyway, I what I'm saying to say is that she was having conversation with the boss. I have a conversation with the boss from Kremlin. He said, "Oh yeah, so look at this stupid man. Well, why not?" So I think she was like, oh, very nice, very friendly. Oh yeah, I had a meeting with her. She was a very friendly woman. She's very nice. So 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 guys, yeah, I feel like they really wanted the whole white. They bought. Okay, so there I see guy now. This is kind of dark. This guy, I can't. Oh my god, I can't even do. I get a bad feeling about it. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy called Alexander Durgin. He's a theologian. No, he's never theologian. He's just like some philosopher, whatever he is. He's just he's very guys. You should look him up. Durgin. He is so creepy. He looks like one of those guys who has like a sex cult or something. He's very creepy. You could tell he's very sociopathic. Anyway, so he writes this whole Christian what is it called crusades ideas. Okay, so she is very knowledgeable about how to address the far right people because she's read and talked to him about how what they respond to. Okay, so this is how, and I think, like I said, I think they bought it. They bought it completely. The far right and the evangelicals bought it. Okay, because like I said, guys, the evangelicals. They masqueraded their racism and the hatred of progress as some, we want to get rid of sin. Like, what is sin from their perspective? Anything that's not like us. So they were willing, anybody who would come to them, hello, I look like you, and I offer you a solution. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So, this was in a way the easy way. Like I said before, guys, they have a southern strategy. All right. So, how did Trump react to this? How did guys? I'm getting a little bit tired, so I have to keep go and get as much information, but then um, kind of stop because it's taking a little bit of a toll. Okay. What does this mean to us? It's on. Shane, it's on. It's on. How did Trump react to this? How did it find out? This morning. Because they called the White House to confirm the news. It's like, oh, damn it. How am I gonna, he was angry. He was very nervous because he knew I have a meeting with Putin. How I'm going to, he's going to be mad at me. So, okay, so then how did Putin react? Oh. Guys, I feel like, how he was late to the meeting? I feel like it was on purpose, but it was also because I think something big came to him and he had to kind of deal with it. So I think he may actually have modified the content of the conversation for that reason because he knows what that means. I don't think he knows that Trump is totally out of it and he's like controlling him. He has him by but he understands what it means. So he may be plotting something. And I think it made him go harsher on Trump when he found out about this because it's a real problem, okay? Okay. So, all right. So, what's going to happen to this woman? Is she going to be what's next for this woman? Okay? Obviously, she's not going to get out of jail. No, girl. I don't think so. So, what's next to her? So guys, I think that obviously she's going to be integral. I think they're going to, after this arraignment, I don't know, I think she's going to be in one of those, you know, kind of isolated situations where they're going to interrogate her and stuff. So I'm thinking, you know, I think it's unclear to me, to be honest, whether she is. I feel like they're going to want to ask her about Kushner. And I think, you know, I asked, so, oh, look, my thing is falling here. But I asked about what's going to happen to, so they're going to, I don't know, guys. It's unclear to me whether she's going to talk in a trial, because they're going to want her to talk in a trial. I think she's going to get a very long sentence, okay, like 12 years or something for what. But I think she's going to be killed eventually. Because I see her much older, going back to Russia, being deported there and stuff, and then she's killed, I think. Either, I don't know, because I'm feeling it's unclear, and it's not necessarily important right now, because they already got the incriminating information from her computer and from everything they've been tracking so far. So I guess what I wanted to say is that I feel like, again, she's going to spend a considerable amount of time in prison, because when I see her, I think she's in her late 40s or something. In her 40s, she has a kind of like rough, like starting like a lot of white hair, and she falls from a building, you know. Oh. So, and I'm thinking, you know, why did she fall from a building? Because did she fall from a building because she talked, or because she knew too much? It's not clear. I don't think, and honestly, I don't think that, I feel like she's tough and she was taught how to react in that, you know, if she's arrested. But I feel like she doesn't want to talk, and she may not talk. I think they're going to have to, you know, do techniques of isolation and all that to make her understand that she's lost, she's alone. And it's given me also the example of what the woman Anna Chapman, because Anna Chapman, she at the time, you know, she was extradited, I guess, to Russia. It seemed like, I don't remember, I don't think she served, if she served time, she ended up just leaving. I think in this case it's going to be very different. I think they're going to have a zero, what is it called? Zero tolerance, like for reals. So I don't think they'll be like, oh, do you want to go away? Go ahead, do whatever you want. No, it's going to be tough. So they're getting closer and closer. Okay, so that's what I think, guys. I think it's been a long reading, so no cards. So I'm going to stop for now. All right, okay, bye.